Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this course this is my fourth video where today we will be learning about Exchange Server 2019 roles and requirement for installation, as well as we'll talk about certain roles, and those roles were available on older flavor of Exchange Server like 7 or 10 or 10. Basically I will be talking about 7, and then we will see what are the roles available as of now for Exchange Server 2019. I hope this video will be informative. If you are new learner, then you should know about the previous flavor of Exchange Server as well. So guys, we will be using couple of virtual machines. As of now I have one Active Directory and one Exchange Server. I will deploy Exchange Server on this machine in my next video. So guys, if I tell you, basically there are 5 roles, okay, for Exchange Server. One is Hub Transport Server role, next one is Mailbox Server role, third one is Edge Transport Server role, and Client Access Server role, and Unified Messaging Server role. So if we talk about very old Exchange Server like 2007, these all roles were separate, but now in current flavor of Exchange Server, they are merged. Basically they have merged couple of roles. So I will tell you about these roles also, so that you should have basic information. So if I tell about the Hub Transport role, first of all, so guys, let me take highlighter here. The Hub Transport Server role is responsible for message routing. The main primary function of Hub Transport role was to take care of message routing. Okay, and the Hub Transport Server performs message categorization and routing, and handle all messages that pass through an organization. So the specific roles given to this Hub Transport Server role, and you can configure at least one Hub Transport Server in each Active Directory site that contain Mailbox Server or Unified Messaging Server, and the server running the Hub Transport Server role must be member of Active Directory. So that is a basic requirement, and we'll see how we can deploy it on Server 2019, Exchange Server 2019. Okay, routing and message categorization is done by Hub Transport role. Next one is Mail Server role. Okay, Mailbox Server roles. So guys, the basic function of this, it is responsible for managing mailbox and public folder databases basically, and mailboxes and public folder reside on Mailbox Server. So we will have to deploy one server as a Mailbox Server. Mailbox Server contain a storage group and stores and support clusters for reliability and high availability. So how to configure it I will be showing in my next videos. Because Mailbox servers require Active Directory access, you must assign this role to member server in an Active Directory domain. So all server should be member of Active Directory, basic requirement. So the basic function of this is to just manage mailboxes and public folder, okay, public folder database, and high availability also, reliability also. Next, that is also very important, that role is known as Edge Transport Server role. Okay, so guys, Edge Transport Server role is designated to be SMTP protocol, gateway server between your organization and internet. So because the basic function of SMTP, simple mail transport protocol, is to send out emails from your organization. So that act as a gateway between your organization and internet. And to ensure security, the computer that run the Edge Transport Server role should be deployed in a perimeter network and should not be a member of your internal Active Directory forest. And Edge Transport Server provide all these services like connection recipient, sender and content filtering, sender identity, sender reputation analyze, attachment filter, antivirus control. So this server is, you can say, backbone. This role is, you can say, like backbone kind of role plays in your organization, in your infra, because security is very important and it takes care of security part. Next, on the edge transport server, you create connections to define message flow path into and out of your organization, how message will be coming, how message will be going. You can define multiple edge transport servers to provide load balancing and high availability. So once again I'm telling, it is very very important, and I will show you the deployment of all these things in my coming up PTOs. Next role which was available and still it is part of Exchange server, that is known as like client access server role. Okay, client access server role means what? This server enables connections from a variety of client protocol to Exchange server mailboxes. You must assign at least one client access server in each Active Directory site that contains a mailbox server. And if I tell you, protocols that connect through a client access server include OWA clients, POP and IMAP, Outlook Anywhere called RPC over HTTP and Exchange Server 2003, Exchange Active Sync clients. Okay, now next role which was available and it should be still part of Exchange server. So how it is responsible, or what kind of role it plays, here I will tell you. The unified messaging server role provides the foundation of services that integrate voice and fax messages into your organization's messaging infrastructure. It takes care of voice and fax service basically. This role requires the presence of three server roles: hub transport, client access and mailbox. If you're deploying, then all three should be available there. The unified messaging server provides access to voice message and fax services. And these are the roles which were separately available in earlier flavor of Exchange server. And now what they have done in latest version of server, Microsoft Exchange server like 16 or 19, they have merged a couple of roles, okay, together. Now this mail server role is became parent, and it is a multi-role server that combines the mailbox server, client access server from Exchange, okay, and the edge transport edge server role. It handles both incoming and outgoing emails from internet. So these are the roles we have to, we should know what is the function of which role, what is the role of which, what kind of role is playing by that specific role of Exchange server. So now it is known as two server role only. Okay, and if we talk about the requirements, so guys, if I tell you about network and directory server requirement for Exchange server, so we need one we need one domain controller. All domain controllers in the forest need to be running one of the following version. So like server 2019, 16 or 12 standard data center server, okay, version, or Active Directory forest. Active Directory forest functional level should be high. Always you keep high it. If you are using server 2019, keep it 16. If you are using 16, keep it 2012. Active Directory site is required, and DNS namespace, contiguous name and non-contiguous name, single label. Okay, this is supported in this basically. Next, supported operating system for Exchange 2019. So mailbox and edge server role installed can be installed on Windows Server 2019 standard or data center. And management tools like one of the following version of Windows Server 2019 is standard or database, or 64-bit edition of Windows 10. Now you can see couple of things note here, like installing Exchange Server 2019 on computer that is running Windows Server core is fully supported and recommended. The desktop experience feature is no longer required. And installing Server 2019 Exchange Server on a computer that is running nano server is not supported. Okay, these things you should take care before deploying. Now, supported client with latest updates in Exchange 2019. So Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise, Outlook 2019, 16, 13, Outlook for Mac, for Office 365, Outlook 2016 for Mac. These are the clients where we can communicate with Exchange server. So guys, here these are the basic requirement. For more, you can go through a website, and like if you connect internet, and you can see there are lots of requirement you need to follow before deploying server 2000 Exchange server 2019. So let me connect. I gave virus this name to my internet, and if you go and search here, you can see lots of information here, like specific information. If I show you here, Exchange server system requirement, supported coexistence scenario, like older version, with which version it will update, support or not support, like that kind of information you can find from here. Okay, it is available. Hardware requirement, processor, RAM, and disk space, screen resolution, file system, operating system, .NET, and supported client. Link is Skype for business server integration with server 2019, Exchange server 2019. Lots of information you can check from here. So in this video, this much only. So next video will be my how we can deploy server 2019. And if you feel this video is informative, I know what you will be doing, what you have to do. Just comment, like, share, and subscribe the channel. And till then, bye bye. Thanks for watching for this video, guys.